Hey guys, it's Mrs. Priestley again. I wanted to show you a different way to marble paper. Most of you guys at this point have probably done it with me at least once, where we take some water and some chalk pastel dust and we create our colors on top of the water, and we press a piece of paper on it and pull it off to reveal our colors. That's definitely one way to go about it. Another way to go about it is we're going to use some shaving cream and some food color. So I know a lot of you are really starting to miss your friends at this point, so it might be fun to make a colorful, beautiful, bright piece of paper that's really interesting, and then go ahead and send each other a letter. Because I know I love getting things in the mail. If anybody wants to send me a letter to the school, I would be more than happy to read it and respond to it. So I'm going to go ahead and open up all of my tools. So I'm going to open up all of my food coloring. Now, most of you probably have food coloring at home. You might not have this gel kind like I've got. You might have the little dropper bottles instead, and either one works fine. Might even work better than my little gel stuff here. You are going to get messy. It might stain your fingers a little bit, so if you're really worried about it, wear some gloves. I'm not really worried about it. So I'm going to take my shaving cream, give it a shake, 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 shake. And then I'm going to spray it into a container. I like using a foam container, and honestly, this is just one that I got at the grocery store. I bought a pack of chicken, I washed it out thoroughly, soap and water, let it dry, and now I'm reusing it. Yay, recycling. And I'm actually going to use this for another project in a little bit. So I've got some toothpicks, so I'm going to grab my food coloring. Let me get some on the toothpick. And then I'm going to add it to my shaving cream. And this is why I said it might be easier if you had the dropper as opposed to this gel, because the dropper makes it a little easier to spread the color in and around. Me, I have to clean my tool and get more. So if you have the liquid kind, it might even be a little bit easier. So I'm going to take a little bit more and then spread that around. Ooh, that's pretty. And you can try this on white paper. You can try this on colored paper. I suggest making a bunch, because as soon as you've mixed up a batch of this, it's going to be usable for more than one. So I'm going to take a big chunk of yellow. Whoop. Yeah, I know it looks kind of orange on the camera. Trust me, it's yellow. And then I'm going to add some more up here. So quick question. I've got red, yellow, and blue food coloring. What group of colors is that? Do 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 do. So if you said primary colors, congratulations, give yourself a pat on the back. Red, yellow, and blue are your primary colors. When you mix them together, they make your secondary colors. My red's running a little low. There we go. And I'm going to drizzle some of that in there. Do, 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 do. Ooh, so pretty. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. All right. And you can make a bigger tray than this. Again, I really would suggest having the liquid food coloring that comes in the little dropper, or taking this and, if you have the gel, make up a little bit of liquid solution. So just mix it up with some water and then dribble it in. But I wanted to show you the harder way so that you could see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of paper that fits inside. Oh, that's two. And then I'm just going to press it into my color. And there we go. All the way around. I'm going to peel it out. All right, I'm going to let that sit for a second. I'm going to do a couple more. The nice thing is shaving cream is basically just really foamy soap. So washing up after this is pretty easy and kind of fun. Oh dear, I'm running out of room to put this. All right, here we go. There, I'll wash my desk. All right, and let's do one more. Okay. Now, for the next part, you're going to have to squeeze off the foam from the paper. And if you have a squeegee, that works best. I do not have a squeegee, so I will show you how I'm going to do it. There we go. So I'm going to find just a piece of thick paper or cardboard, and I'm going to use that like a squeegee, and I'm just going to wipe all this off. So there we go. Ooh, I've got a plastic container, that should work. So I'm going to lay this out flat. And again, you're going to make a mess. And then I'm going to, ta-da, wipe off my styrofoam. Or styrofoam, excuse me, shaving cream. So I have a beautiful piece of paper. We have some spaces where the colors are mixing, making some oranges and greens. So let's peel off the other two. And I'm just going to wipe off the excess. All right, I'm going to hang on to my paper. Ooh, that one doesn't have as much on it, but it still looks cool. I would suggest using a thicker paper for this. The thinner papers tend to get a little bit wet and they don't hold up so well. And last one, I'm most excited about this one, the one that made the biggest mess. Don't leave your paper towels right where you can get into them, because now my fingers are pretty too. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. All right, so, and again, the food coloring will stain your fingers, so it will wash off at some point. I suggest going and playing with some soap for a while after you're done with this one, or wear some gloves, whatever floats your boat. All right, last one. Ooh, that's pretty. All right, so the foam is beautiful. I am not afraid to get color on my fingers, so I would probably play with this for a little while. I might even experiment with the leftover foam with another piece of paper and just try painting with it. It's kind of fun. You don't have to use your fingers. You could, you know, make less of a mess and use a paintbrush or a stick or a spoon. Okay. But then if I take that and I grab another paper towel, you're gonna need a bunch of those, or be right next to the sink. Might be easier. I don't have a sink in my sewing room though. And then I'm gonna wipe that off. That works too. That's pretty cool. I even get a more consistent color with that. So you can definitely keep using the shaving cream until it's gone or has turned brown. So I would love if some of you guys use this to write some letters, to make some artwork. They make beautiful bookmarks. Have some fun, guys, and I'll see you next time.